Today, we continue with the series on emotional resilience and aging gracefully. This session is on aging with dignity and humor. Aging comes with changes. Some of them are welcome, freedom from a strict schedule, more time for reflection, and deeper relationships. Others are not so welcome. Aches and pains, memory lapses, and the occasional surprise in the mirror. But there's a secret strength that can help you move through these years with grace. Mindfulness meditation helps you stay present and open to each moment. And humor allows you to stay light even when things get heavy. You know how easy it is to get pulled into regret or worry. The mind drifts into stories about who you were, what you've lost, what you should have done, or how you think things should be. But mindfulness teaches you to stay grounded in what is right now, this breath, this feeling, this thought, this moment. You learn to notice it without needing to fix it, judge it, or run away from it. That brings a deep kind of dignity, the willingness to meet life just as it is, without pretending or hiding. Then there's humor. Humor is mindfulness with a grin. You're watching life unfolding and saying, well, would you look at that? You forget a name mid-sentence, and instead of sinking into embarrassment, you smile and say, it'll come to me before dessert or in the next life. Humor helps you hold the truth more lightly. You still see it, but it doesn't weigh you down. There's no need to pretend that aging is easy. What matters is how you relate to it. Mindfulness helps you respond rather than react. Instead of tightening up, you soften. Instead of grumbling, you pause. And with humor, you can even laugh. You recognize the absurdity, the humanity, and the beauty in it all. This is not about putting on a happy face. It's about being real and being kind to yourself while you're at it. Try this. Next time something doesn't go the way you want, pause, take a breath, notice what you're feeling without fixing it, then ask yourself, if this were happening in a comedy, what would the punchline be? That shift in perspective doesn't take away the challenge, but it opens space around it. Aging with dignity doesn't mean being serious all the time. It means being true to yourself, staying present, and meeting each day with openness. Add a little humor, and you have the recipe for resilience. The years may add up, but you stay rooted in something steady and kind, your own awareness. You can meet each moment as it is, and sometimes you even laugh. So, as you move through these years of your life, keep this in mind. You don't have to pretend, and you don't have to prove anything. Mindfulness helps you stay present with what's real, and humor helps you stay light as you do it. You have earned the right to meet each moment with honesty, grace, and a little twinkle in your eye. Aging with dignity isn't about hiding the changes. It's about showing up with awareness and a warm heart. And if you can laugh along the way, even better. That laugh might be the most mindful thing you do all day. So now we will have a guided meditation on aging with dignity and humor. Sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes, and take a slow breath in and out. Let yourself arrive in this moment. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Feel your body in the chair. Notice any sensations, warmth, coolness, tension, ease. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw unclench. Let gravity hold you. Bring your attention to the breath. Feel the inhale and the exhale. Feel your chest rise and fall. Let your breath be natural. You're just watching, nothing to control. Now reflect gently on the idea of aging. What thoughts arise? What feelings come with those thoughts? How does your body feel? Don't change anything, just notice. Let them pass like clouds in the sky. Whatever you notice, whether it's resistance, sadness, pride, or confusion, greet it with kindness. You're not wrong for feeling any of it. This is what it means to be human. Don't judge yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Bring to mind something funny about getting older. Maybe a harmless mistake or a moment of forgetfulness that made you smile. Let yourself chuckle gently at the thought, even if just inside. Let humor be a way of softening, not denying. Come back to your breath. Feel the steady rhythm. You are here. You are breathing. This moment is enough. And when you're ready, bring your attention back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Feel the room around you. And when it feels right, open your eyes. Let yourself carry this sense of presence and maybe even a little smile with you. Aging with dignity and humor isn't about doing it perfectly. It's about being present and kind again and again. And as we bring this meditation to a close, take a few more slow, gentle breaths. Notice how your body feels now. Notice your state of mind. If there's a sense of ease or a smile waiting to come, let it come. And if not, that's fine too. Just being present is enough. You've taken time to sit with yourself just as you are, without judgment, without pressure. That in itself is a quiet form of dignity. Carry that with you as you go forward. Let awareness and a touch of humor keep you steady and open for whatever comes next. So, Barley, how was your meditation last week?
Well, yesterday I had my dreadlocks tightened up, and that's like a 4.5 hour session without moving.
Good.
And then she had a dog there, this Mexican hairless cholos, I think they're called.
Uh-huh.
that likes to fight this other dog. So she had to lock him up in the garden. And the dog cried and cried and cried the whole 4.5 hours.
Oh,
You know what?
gee.
I sat there and I wasn't exactly in a meditative state, but I was pretty relaxed. So I attribute that to our meditation practice. Why not?
Well, I think that's a good thing to do in that situation. What else can you do?
Yeah.
The dog yapping probably did not help your relaxation.
Well, I just kind of let it roll over me, I guess.
That's good.
It
You know,
was,
you can do that. It's,
yeah.
you know, and that's good. And certainly there's enough noise in Mexico in general that we have a chance to experience meditating through the noise, through the truck going by or
Mhm. The
all the
music
other
at 2
sounds.
a.m. Yeah.
Okay. Doug, how's your meditation been?
It's been pretty good this week. Um, Nothing real profound, but uh, but I have had some. I was at it every day, so
That's good, and it's great that you're able to stick to it and make it every day. And it sounds like you are turning it into a habit.
well, as much as I hate that word, uh, yes, I have tried to keep it like at the top of my mind. It's
Uh-huh.
like,
That's good. You know, and once it becomes a regular feature in your day, a lot of people are able to extend it out into other occasions, like Barley was speaking of at the hairdresser.
mhm.
And you can even do it washing the dishes.
Yeah, I've tried it riding the bus from
Uh-huh.
from here where I'm staying. I have a about a half hour bus ride to the grocery store.
Wow. It's far.
So I've been trying that on the bus.
Good.
Sometimes better than others,
Right. I
but
guess that's how it is.
I keep it in mind.
Very good.
I remember.
Good work. Good work. So, Joyce, how's your meditation been?
First, I have to tell you, Barley, our dog hates solos, so I can envision what you were trying to meditate through. Um, I have been sick a lot the last couple of weeks, and usually when I'm not sick, I wake up sometime in the middle of the night and meditate then. But when I'm sick, I actually sleep very soundly through the night. So I've been finding I'm doing meditation and other times. And since it's been so hot, a lot of times Scott and the dog will walk with me in the morning. They go back to the house and then I walk some more and I try to meditate then. And it's difficult to meditate when you are so hot and sticky. So, but it's probably
Hmm.
very good practice trying to separate yourself from it. So I have been, I would say, more working on meditation this week than I've often it's not so much of a, of a work, but I have been working on meditation.
Hmm. Certainly, I remember in India trying to meditate when it's 100 degrees. It's harder.
Good practice.
So, Carol, how about you?
Nothing to report. I'm still ending my day with either a video or just sitting. So steady on.
Hmm. And keeping up the routine.
Yeah.
That's good. How about you, Tom?
That the conversation and trying to identify people who exhibit these traits. That's kind of where I'm at. You know, I consider myself a newbie, and but it has merit, and particularly in the aging, which I've heard about, the aging process,
Mhm.
and in some ways, I'm a little grateful for the stacking up of the years, because I'm finally realizing that it might include maturation along the way. Okay,
Yeah.
that's where I'm coming from. Thank you.
Okay, so now let's continue our meditation. Let me go back while I was messing around earlier. I lost my slideshow. It should be coming now. Now we have a video.
Have you ever caught yourself reacting sharply, impulsively, emotionally, only to regret it later? Someone says something hurtful, and your immediate instinct is either to lash out or shut down. For years, I did exactly that. My choices were born from emotion, not clarity. But something shifted when I learned the value of the pause. There is a sacred space between stimulus and response, and within that space, however brief, it holds the possibility of liberation. The Buddha taught that our suffering isn't necessarily rooted in what happens to us, but in how we react, especially when those reactions go unexamined. You see, most of us live on autopilot. A thought appears, and we follow it. A feeling arises, and we obey it. But what if we didn't? What if we could pause and ask, what is really true in this moment? This isn't just a spiritual idea, it's a practical tool for daily life, especially as we grow older and the noise of the outer world softens. More of our decisions become internal. How do I respond to my aging body? How do I speak to my children, my partner, my past self? How do I spend the limited energy I have each day? That's where the practice of discernment comes in. 1. The art of wise discernment. In Buddhist psychology, there's a concept called second-order thinking. Instead of just asking, what happens if I say yes to this? You ask, and what happens after that? You follow the ripple. Saying yes now might feel polite, but will it breed resentment later? Avoiding a tough conversation might bring short-term comfort, but what long-term discomfort will it cost? Another tool is inverse thinking. Rather than asking, how do I get peace? Ask, how am I contributing to my own restlessness? This turns the mirror back toward yourself. It's not always easy. It requires humility and radical honesty. But the clarity it brings, that's priceless. As one Dharma teacher said, most of the time we're not choosing wisely. We're choosing comfortably. And that stings, doesn't it? But when you sit with it, you begin to see the truth. Wisdom often walks hand in hand with discomfort, not pain, but truth. And truth, while unsettling at first, clears the air. 2. Clear seeing in everyday life. So how do we develop that clarity? We begin by slowing down. We practice mindfulness not just on the meditation cushion, but in the smallest acts of daily life. Washing dishes with full awareness. Walking not to get somewhere, but to feel each step. Listening without planning a reply. And perhaps most importantly, asking better questions. Not, what do I feel like doing? But what action aligns with my deepest values? Not, what do others expect of me? But what choice brings peace to my heart? And when clarity doesn't arrive right away, we don't panic. We wait. We breathe. We trust. Because the truth rarely shouts. It whispers. Wisdom isn't one big life decision. It's 1,000 small ones, each day, each moment. It's knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. It's knowing when to act and when to surrender. It's knowing when to say yes and when to bow out with grace. So if you're feeling unsure about your next step, maybe don't rush to figure it out. Sit. Light a candle. Let the waters of the mind settle. In that stillness, something deeper will rise, not from fear or ego, but from the quiet knowing that already lives within you. 3. Designing a life of inner peace. There comes a point, often in the later chapters of life, when we stop striving to fix everything and start listening, not to the noise of the world, but to the quiet voice within. It doesn't shout, it hums. After 60, for many, the roles we once clung to, parent, worker, caretaker, begin to fall away. And in that space, a terrifying and beautiful question arises. How do I want to live now? In Buddhism, we're taught that life isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we co-create, moment by moment, breath by breath, through intention, through awareness, through the cultivation of our inner world, a practice known as bhavana. I once met a retired firefighter named Thomas. He spent his career running into burning buildings. But in his 70s, there were no more alarms. At first, he felt useless. But then, he started walking each morning, slowly, quietly. At first, it was just for exercise. But eventually, he said, they became conversations with life. He carried a notebook, jotted down thoughts, haikus, memories, moments of gratitude. I used to put out fires, he said. Now I light candles. That is the transformation, from reaction to reflection, from fixing to simply being. 4. Peace is not control, it's responsiveness. Here's the truth no one tells us. We don't need a perfect plan to design a peaceful life. Because peace doesn't come from control, it comes from responsiveness. We design our lives not by forcing things to fit, but by making small, loving adjustments along the way. Course corrections rooted in clarity and kindness. One beautiful metaphor is to think of your life as a garden. Each day ask, what am I planting? What am I watering? What needs pruning? What am I allowing to bloom without interference? Maybe you begin your mornings with stillness instead of scrolling. Maybe you start saying no without guilt. Maybe you reserve time each week not for chores, but for soul work, journaling, prayer, or simply watching clouds move across the sky. As one Zen teacher said, if you want to transform your life, start by changing how you tie your shoes. 5. Subtracting to find peace. Peace doesn't mean the absence of difficulty. It means no longer arguing with reality. The Buddha taught that the root of suffering is tanha, craving, grasping, this belief that this moment is not enough. But the path out of suffering, it isn't about gaining more. It's about letting go. Let go of the need to be productive every hour. Let go of people who drain your joy. Let go of identities that no longer fit. Let go of the story that you're running out of time. Because right now, exactly as you are, is a sacred starting point. And the most beautiful lives are rarely the most impressive. They're the most intentional, the most present, the most loving. So design your life gently, with soft hands, with a tender heart. Let it become a sanctuary, not for perfection, but for presence. 6. The final truth, you don't need more time, you need more presence. If you've stayed with this reflection until now, thank you. Maybe something in you has softened, or maybe something has awakened. A flicker, a whisper. You don't need more time, you just need more presence. The Buddha didn't teach us how to escape life. He taught us how to enter it fully, with clarity, with compassion, with courage. And the most meaningful changes aren't grand revolutions. They are small choices, pausing before you speak, forgiving even without an apology, walking a little slower, loving without waiting, letting go again and again and again. In every insight we've explored, from time perception to relationships, energy to creativity, letting go to reclaiming your voice, it all points to the same thing: living awake, not perfectly, but awake enough to notice the color of the sky, awake enough to hear the warmth in someone's voice, awake enough to sit with grief and not run from it, awake enough to feel joy without needing a reason. The Buddha once said, "A moment of pure awareness is more valuable than 100 years lived in forgetfulness." So where do you begin? Here. When do you begin? Now, because your life is not waiting. It's already here. Maybe today all you do is hold a cup of tea and feel its warmth. Maybe you reach out to someone you've missed. Maybe you forgive. Maybe you simply whisper, "Thank you," for breath, for body, for one more chance to begin again. Because that's all we really need. Not more time, but more presence within the time we already have. So I invite you now, take one idea from this reflection, just one. Let it sit beside you. Let it grow roots in your day. And may your life, no matter your age, past, or regrets, become a handmade tapestry, stitched with intention, colored by kindness, woven with the joy of truly being awake. Because the best moment to wake up is always now. If this message resonates with you, consider subscribing to our channel or sharing this with someone you love.
So
Have you
now
ever caught yourself?
let's take some time to meditate. Mindfulness is present moment awareness, paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. Fully receive whatever is experienced. Then let it go. All right. And we'll close with a chant. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. All right, what did you get from today's talk and meditation?
I really liked the part of when you were talking about with humor. I think sometimes we take our religious practice too seriously, and
Yes.
I really like the idea of bringing humor into it.
Yes.
That was one of the best videos I've seen in a long time. It was different because it wasn't that little kid looking
Right.
for master. There's a lot in that one. I'd like to watch it again.
Yes.
Like the little jewels such as from fixing to being, which again, some of the comments certainly let go. Really, we don't have much. You don't have many options at certain points in one's life.
Right.
So better to address the reality and then deal with it. I think peace is no longer arguing with reality. I like that.
Oh, not arguing with reality is a great idea.
Yeah, I have to put that into my my lexicon regarding politics. Okay. Yeah. So anyhow, lots of good quotes in there. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you all for joining one another with meditation today, and have a good meditation and see you next week. Namaste.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.